7, so you know what that's like. It's time to tune in with Mona on Lots of Tea tonight.
She's Spanish with a makeup and a wig is on just right.
She's gonna spill the tea on her talk show tonight. We're gonna speak on topics that might be hard to take. But understand we gotta until the whole wide world's awake. Let's not waste another moment and get on with the show. Cause it's time to get things started. Why don't we get things started?
You better get things started.
On the most sensational, informational, celebrational, conversational. Now it's time for Mona and the Show.
How are you doing? Welcome to Lots of Tea in the 2024. It's great to have everyone here tonight with us, and we'll have more joining us here shortly. Our Facebook did its little thingamajig where it doesn't want to load up, but so those people will be joining us here shortly. How was everyone's New Year? Did you do anything exciting, anything fun? We haven't been on since all of December. We were last on November. So here we are back in the studio, bringing you stories that'll help and heal and things to be aware of in the communities and things like that. So no one's saying anything out there. Let's see. We got 3 comments. Yeah, we do. Let's see. Hi, Kelly Beeman. Good to see you. And Becky, you stayed home. Yeah, of course you did. Well, for those of you who missed out on Dragon the New Year for Pride, we have a little clip, a little something. You can go ahead and put that up. We have just some pictures that Pam had sent in. Pam and Chris had sent in. There's me and Large, Marge, and Becky looking stunning at the front door. Large Marge looked absolutely amazing in her gown. I absolutely loved it. And Becky, yours was pretty too. There's a couple snapshots, and then we're going to do the little countdown here Danielle got for us. We had 150 people show up.
Yes, Kiana. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
I will back.
2, 1. Happy New
Nothing makes me happier than just have Danielle scream. Hi,
Thank you, baby. Happy New Year! It's a video.
It's a
Happy New
video.
Year. Where's Angel?
Oh, I guess I didn't finish into that clip there very well. We had a great time. It was exhausting, but we had a wonderful time with everyone, just making memories and laughing and dancing and eating and drinking and performing and watching shows. It was a lot of fun. We had a great time. Thank you for everyone who helped with that. The board did amazing, did wonderful on the hors d'oeuvres and the desserts, and we just had a great time. A lot of people won. I mean, we had some 50. Becky, how many baskets did we end up with? 50 what? 52 was it? I think we had more come in though. I think more came in. So we are excited about that new tradition that we'll be starting. We also launched our big surprise raffle, which was a all-inclusive cruise for 2 to Alaska, airfare and gratuity not included. Those tickets will be on sale for anyone 21 and older, anywhere you are around the world, as long as you have a passport. But if you're in America, you do not need a passport because it's to Alaska. And we are going to sell those tickets all the way until Pride on June 15th and draw the winner there. So the winner does not obviously have to be present because we're selling tickets to anyone, and we don't require to come all the way to Asheville to win. 53 baskets for 53. That's awesome. And I mean, people were winning, man. They were like, and there were some amazing, I mean, there was like, I can't even get started because there were so many. And then we raffled off the television. It was just a great time. It was an absolutely great time. If you weren't there, you missed it. And I think it's time. I heard a boop, boppity boop. It's time to bring on my co-hostess and your friend. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is.
She's coached to launch a team that we adore.
She's got so much to say and a whole lot more.
What do we do? She's got the answer. So she got herself a camera and a microphone to join Buta Lots for the show. She's got sass and pizzazz. Her name is Large Marge. Who would have set the studio team to be exactly what we all need? Now the are always smiling. It's great to see so much pain relief. And always has something funny to say. Her name is Large Marge, and that's just her way. Oh yeah.
It's been a long fucking day, bitch. Can you? I can't hear you. Why can't I hear you? Oh, Mona, what is wrong with my technology?
Hello. Oh, there we are. There we are. Sorry, it was my fault.
You are.
Turned down the wrong. Oh, look at you! Got your little pink flowery dew in there. Did you see the opening little video of all of us with me, you, and Becky's picture? And...
I didn't see shit. I've been working since 9 o'clock this morning.
Oh, geez. Well, I love your curls there. That's
Look
cute.
at my paparazzi bling. Bam! It's blue and it's spiky, and I'm obsessed.
I love it. I love
How
it.
are you? Look at you. I love the wig.
Thanks.
Oh, the hair
It's
is
not
on
a-
point.
This is not a wig. This is my real hair. It's natural. But it was a great you had a great time. I had a great time on New Year's Eve.
Did
Was
you
it-
see my little quotey quote on because I won the vodka basket?
Vodka basket winner. Yeah. That basket. We need to have a jello party.
Oh, we'll have a Jello shot party this summer.
Let's do it.
Yes. Wonderful
that
time
is-
at Pride.
what
Did
else
you
did-
have a good time? I didn't see the picture of you, me, and Becky.
Oh my gosh, it's so cute. It's so cute. Just throw that part up and then just take it down.
Yeah, just for a
It's right at the
second.
beginning. It's just the beginning part of it.
Oh, that's adorable picture.
Isn't it?
Look,
Look
my
at how
gut isn't even so big in that one. Did you edit
We're
it? You
all-
edited it.
No, I did not. We all are so sexy in that.
Oh,
we
that
look
looks
great.
good.
It was a
I
beautiful
love
time.
that. Somebody
And
send
we were
that to
all
me.
we were all like in theme.
Yes, I loved
the girl
I
was-
loved the outfits that night. Everybody had on really cool outfits.
And then and it was like, because so many people ask, like, well, how do I dress? And we're like, come as you want. I'm not gonna tell
Come
you what to
however
dress
you
up.
want.
You
Yeah.
want to wear pajamas? Hey, if you wear pajamas to Walmart, you can wear pajamas to our New Year's Eve party.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My wig was off and I was asleep in the car before the ball dropped.
You were
I'm
dragging
usually
out.
asleep
Yeah,
before balls drop, but I
it was
was sound asleep.
You were like on the way out carrying a something here and a thing here. And I
Yeah.
was like, where are you going? The ball's like in 15 minutes. You can't be in your car when the ball drops. And you're like, narcolepsy.
Was out. I was so
Yeah.
tired. It
But
was
it
a
was fun.
good event though. I
Yeah,
had
it
so
was.
much fun.
We had a lot of fun. I was exhausted. We were all exhausted, of course, because cleaning up after and then just preparation. Your
You
body
guys
just goes,
had
when you're
been there
done.
since like 2:00 or something.
Yeah, 3. Yeah, and I've been back there twice already to get stuff. I gotta go back tomorrow to get the rest of it.
Oh wow.
I forgot that.
And then you
Several
performed
people
the whole
brought-
night. Listen, I have never heard your Beaver song before.
You haven't?
No, that was my first time hearing it.
Oh my
And
God.
I was so excited.
It's my
So
favorite.
excited.
I
Like
have
it was
sing that song
amazing.
I've sang that song for decades. Yeah, and 3 days before Becky said, for sure. In months before. I mean,
I fully now understand the beaver wheel.
yeah, that's why we
I
have
never
beaver.
got it before. I just thought it
But
was a beaver.
That's why I have a shirt that says I want a beaver.
I get it now. I get it.
There you go. So before we move on, I got just a couple little things we're just going to watch here. But for everyone out there, we are going to start. We are revamping Lots of Tea for the new year, just because we had so much information coming through that we wanted to get out. So what we're gonna aim for, starting the next season, not next week, the next episode, not next week. So it'd be the 4th or the 3rd Thursday. We're going to start like we are tonight. We're just having our guest on. We're going to do a couple little things and bring our guest on and talk to them. And then what we're going to do is stay after, and we're going to try to do an hour-long show. And then we're going to stay after, and we're going to record pre-record a show for next week. Well, it won't be next week, but pretend like we're 2 weeks from now. And then we'll have a pre-recorded. So we're going to be coming to you live and then recorded every Thursday. So you'll be able to watch us every Thursday. So on the recorded ones, on the 2nd and 4th Thursday, we'll have our astrologer on. We'll spill the tea, updates, anything like that, the fun stuff, the crazy stuff, and all that. And then that'll be an hour-long show. It's just
Large Marge will be in your house every week.
Thursday, yeah.
Get ready for it.
But we know that we want to be out there more, and people are requesting it more, and some people get confused on when it is. So we're just going to be there all the time. We'll be there all the time. You'll never miss us. We'll always be there with you on Thursday, and we'll still have topics on when we don't have a guest on. We'll still have topics that we'll speak on, but it'll be kind of like a recap too.
Oh, cool.
We'll recap, like if we were doing tonight, we will recap what we would discuss so people remember and show little clips and things. We can edit that one too. So
thank God.
Yeah. So I have some really good stuff like that. I just want to show us real quick before we go into to bring our special guest out tonight. Some great things that have been going on. Ohio. Well, you know what? Let's go with the Donut Girls Donut Hole shop. Yeah, I didn't know anything about this. Their donut shop was like Molotov cocktailed, and the guy's been charged for like
that started it all, a drag queen show. News on 6's Jaden Brand. I'm Chin Doan. Tonight, that store hosted the same event that started it all, a drag queen show. News on 6's Jaden Brandon is live with what people at today's event say means to host this again. Jaden?
Chin, folks at tonight's event say that the Molotov cocktail that was intended to destroy the business actually helped it bounce back, coming back even stronger. The donut hole on Brookside had a line out the door as folks were excited to grab a free donut and see some faces they've missed for quite some time.
Well, today is about giving out donuts to the community and making it aware that we're here and we're everywhere.
The donut shop hosted their event, the Queen's Dirty Dozen, but this isn't the first time. It first hosted the event in October of 2022. The event itself was a success, but vandals then struck the store 2 separate times.
It's awesome. It feels really good because when everything happened, it was scary.
In the first incident, someone smashed the windows and stole items from inside. In the second, a man threw a Molotov cocktail into the store.
It's terrifying. It's terrifying, and I mean, it almost makes me want to quit doing drag with all the scary things that's going on in the world.
This week, a judge gave Kobe Green, who pleaded guilty to the firebombing, 5 years in prison, with his sentence being enhanced because it was a hate crime.
That saddens my heart, but they came back, and they came back full force, so that opens my heart as well.
And they don't plan to go anywhere soon.
We're here, and we're there, and we're everywhere.
And we're not going nowhere. We're drag queens. You cannot get rid of us just like that, honey.
Nope.
Today, the store made over 700 fresh donuts to hand out free to the public as a way to say thank you for all the support after the damages. Live in Tulsa, Jaden Brannon, Oklahoma's own News on 6.
Wow.
Like awesome. Congratulations to them that their business, it gave them publicity.
I'm so glad that the guy got charged with not just the firebombing, but also a hate crime.
Yes.
So
yes.
you got 5 years in prison. Open your donut hole, mister.
And federal prison too, nonetheless. Yeah.
Have a good time with that. They might actually provide you lube in federal prison, but
They
I'm not
might.
sure.
They might.
Really
They might. I don't know what they do.
Shine
Or
on
maybe
your
they
donut
don't.
hole.
Maybe they don't. And then, we were all when we were all on break, we discussed this in chat about what Ohio was about to do to ban gender affirming care and all that.
Yes.
And we were like posting on our pride pages and our personal pages and lots of T page to contact our governor, Mike DeWine. And this is what happened. If you are not aware.
Incredible news to report. The governor of Ohio, Governor Mike DeWine, just vetoed a gender-affirming care ban in the state. This makes him the first Republican governor this year to veto a gender-affirming care ban passed by the Republican state legislature.
Did she say the first?
In doing so, he stated that it is the parents who know their kids best.
Gives me chills.
Watch this video.
The consequences of this bill could not be more profound. Ultimately, I believe this is about protecting human life. Many parents have told me that their child would not have survived, would be dead today, if they had not received the treatment they received from one of Ohio's children's hospitals. I've also been told by those who are now grown adults that but for this care, they would have taken their life when they were teenagers. What so many of these young people and their families have also told me is that nothing they have faced in their life could ever prepare them for this extremely tough journey. Parents are making decisions about the most precious thing in their life, their child. And none of us.
It's so true, and it's like, why are the parents being pushed out? You know what I mean? They were.
Yeah, why would the government be wanting
subject.
to make decisions as opposed to the parents making decisions? It's the same reason, the government wants to make decisions for women's bodies as well.
Right.
Power and control, and it is, we think we know better than you, and you don't know better for those kids than their parents do.
Right. I was saying, I don't know if I said this on a show, but I argue this a lot with people, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong to let a kid decide if they're transgender. But I don't know. It's none of my business because I'm not transgender. I don't have a transgender child. I argue with people all the time because they're like, they shouldn't be, that's too young and blah, blah. I knew I was gay when I was a child.
Right. Your gender identity is formed around 8 to 10 years old. So you're going to,
but I said,
it's whether or not you're allowed to be who you are, or your parents kind of put the kibosh on it.
Right. And, it's like, with hermaphrodites and stuff, like the parents choose the gender. Right. And I say, why do we even choose? Why do they even write it on the birth certificate? Let the kid, when they become whatever age, let them fill in the blank.
Well, it's fascinating though, because you end up with parents and I was actually just talking to my mom about this recently, where a big part of my push to be an ally was because I knew as a very young child that I was a very feminine girl. I am a female through and through, like as far as my interests and the way I want to dress and all of that. But I was stuffed in bib overalls and riding a tractor as a young child, and I hated it. I hated every second of it.
Right.
I really did. And it's not to minimalize what trans kids go through, but I can understand being forced to be more tomboyish when I didn't want to be. It is a very similar concept, you know.
Absolutely.
And my parents did not listen to what I wanted as a child. I was in a generation and in a household where, you know, children should be seen and not heard, which definitely backfired for them.
Yeah.
100%.
Absolutely.
I just got louder, more obnoxious.
Yeah. And look, I mean, I just, you know, held it in and kept quiet and pretended, I guess. And then now look, I'm a drag queen.
And a fabulous drag queen.
Thanks, Mom and Dad. Thank you. Well, we're going to take a quick break and we will come back with our special guest. We have a very, very personal and deep message tonight. If you have teenagers, you have family members, this is an important, a very important story that we're going to hear tonight. And we're going to talk about. I've been victim of it. I have friends that have been victim of it, and it's sextortion, and it's real, and it happens every single day. We'll be right back with that message right after these words from our sponsors.
Hey everyone, it's Mona Lots. You know, everyone always asks me where I get my beautiful necklaces from. Well, that's easy. It's Team BFF from Paparazzi. Look them up on Facebook. They're easy to find. Team BFF from Paparazzi. Where would my social media be without Kish Photography? They offer various photo sessions, an outside-of-the-box experience offered by doing these sessions in select locations that are not confined by walls. Angel has a selection of prints of various scenes and animals that are available for purchase as well. Kish Photography.
And we are back. It was just a quick. I thought it was your fork. No one saw you.
You shortened the little D's commercial.
I did. I
You made the little D a quickie too. It's a little D and a quickie don't go well together. Well, sometimes they do.
I didn't realize that it was a brief one. I redid I had to redo the commercials. That's why we're not going to do the next episode tonight because I'm a little far behind. So.
Yeah, I'm real tired today, so it's okay.
I am too.
What is sextortion?
So sextortion is where you are approached by an individual on the internet or you know, an app or whatever, and at some point you exchange pictures, and then basically it's like blackmail.
So they
demand money.
Am I a sextortionist? I have an entire dick dossier of dick pics on my phone.
No, they say, give me money or we're going to, and they will show you these, we're sending it to these people around, like your neighbors, and they will show you your neighbors' names and addresses and email addresses. And your family. They will show your family members. Yeah,
They're going to send a picture of my titties to my mama.
they will say that or whatever you send them. Yeah, and it's bad, and it's bad. So let's go ahead and bring out our.
Okay.
We're going to hear Jordan's story from his mother Jen, and I don't want to butcher her name. I think his last name is Buta.
Okay.
Buta. But let's bring her on. Let's welcome Jen to our show today. Hi, Jen.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for being here. Your last name is Buta?
Buta, like
Buta,
beautiful.
Okay. Yes, I love that. I'll always remember it now. Love that. I ran across Jen on TikTok. I was just scrolling in bed one night, and the video, your TikTok came on, and I had no idea what you were talking about, and it was captivating, and so I went to your site and I started watching, and then I got the full story. Let's just kind of start from the beginning. Can you take us back to that beginning of what happened?
Yeah, so on March 24th, 2022, my son Jordan was preparing to go on vacation with his dad and his dad's family. He packed up his things from my house, said goodbye, I'll see you in 2 weeks, and walked out the door. He and I chatted by text and by FaceTime that evening. He was out purchasing things for his vacation. Later that night, Jordan received a direct message on Instagram from a female, and this person just said hi, and they started chatting back and forth. This happened about a little after 10 o'clock on that evening. And they chatted for hours. Where do you go to school? We have some of the same friends. What do you like to do? Et cetera, et cetera. At some point, this individual said, hey, send me a picture. I'll send you a picture of me. And images were exchanged. The moment that Jordan sent an image of himself, that is when the pressure went on him. And they said, we will send this to all of your friends and followers. You just have to send us this money and we'll leave you alone. So
and how old was Jordan?
Jordan was 17.
17.
They wanted $1,000 immediately, but Jordan's 17. He doesn't have $1,000.
Right.
So he said, I have $300, and they were like, that's great. Send us that. So he did. He sent them $300, and it wasn't enough. They kept pressuring him for money. There was like a countdown, as I understand it. So he had to do things or show them things like that he had sent the money in a certain amount of time. They were building collages of his photo and making it look like they had sent it to his friends' moms. So he may have believed at that time that it actually went out to other people. And when Jordan didn't have anything left to give them, he said, I'm going to take my own life. And their response was, good, do that now, or we'll make you do it.
And
my son did.
Were the people behind this ever caught, or did they ever figure out who they were?
Yeah. So amazingly enough, they tracked the individuals who are allegedly responsible for this over in Nigeria, and they arrested them.
Oh my gosh.
There are 3 individuals that have been indicted on charges. 2 of the individuals have been extradited here to the United States.
Wow, good.
Oh my goodness.
And that story, that's just a fraction of it. I mean, you were anticipating messages from him and
Yeah.
texting him and trying to get a hold of him and just knew it wasn't right
Right.
that morning.
Jordan always responded to me whenever I texted him because he knew I would keep texting him or calling him until he did.
Your mom.
Yeah. So when I woke up, you know, the next morning thinking, oh, Jordan's off going on vacation. I'm going to get ready for my normal work day, get my kids to school. I woke up to a text message that Jordan had sent me in the middle of the night at 3:41 in the morning. And it just said, Mother, I love you. And when I saw it, I texted him back and said, I love you too. I hope you got some sleep. And, you know, as I went on with my morning, getting my kids off, I knew he should have responded to me by a certain time because he would have been up and getting ready to school, and he didn't. And when he didn't respond, I sent another text asking if he was okay. He didn't respond again. And then I just sent a text that said, Jordan, and he didn't respond to that either. So at this point, I reach out to Jordan's girlfriend at school and ask, is he at school? And she said, no. So I contacted Jordan's dad and asked him, is Jordan home at your house? And he thought that Jordan also had just like overslept, and he went downstairs to Jordan's room and found him then.
Now, I mean, your children are never completely safe with the internet and, social media out there. And everyone needs to understand that you can be, and that's why we want to bring this message out tonight, is because, you can, put blocks on everything. I mean, this is an Instagram account, and this person just contacted, probably wasn't even a girl.
Well, you don't have to be a child to even fall into that trap.
No.
I would fall into that very easily if somebody, oh, hey, we know all the same people and, let's talk for hours on end. I mean, that's not, you build a sense of trust very quickly with somebody, and that's not, I can't imagine that's uncommon for adults to fall into that as well, but it's so incredibly dangerous for a child because who do you tell, especially when you're a teenager? That's the thoughts that I'm having is like, if I was a teenager, I would not want to tell anybody that this was going on. I would want to keep it very private,
And it happens immediately.
Yeah.
It happens like immediately. They are right on you for the money, and this is what we're going to do. I don't know how they get your information so quickly, but they show it. They show your neighbors' names. They show where you live. They show everything.
Well, Michael, or Mona, I could Google you right now and I would know all of your neighbors' names and their addresses and their brothers and sisters. It takes 2 seconds.
Absolutely. Right.
And I imagine that in Nigeria, they're kind of like the people there are like, there's people that just do this. This is their living,
Jen, is that what you have found out since then? Is this something that these people had an operation, that's what they did? Were there more people there that were involved, but not necessarily in his case?
Yeah. So in the indictment that was released publicly, these individuals from Nigeria, they had targeted over 100 people in like a 1.5 to 2 year period. So wow. It's like a job. Right. You get online, you talk to them, you get a couple bucks here, you move on to the next one.
Right. I mean, I've been victim of it twice. The first time I was like, I didn't have money to give, and I was like, This is what I honestly said. I mean, I'm not making light of it, but this is what I said. I said, go ahead, send it to my family. We're sick people. They've already seen those pictures anyway. I mean, I really did. I mean, they were calling my house, not my house, but my home.
Well, and I think that's what makes it so dangerous for children is that as teenagers, especially, is that as an adult, we're like, oh, see my boobs, who cares?
Yeah.
You know, but as a teenager, you're like, you're freaking out inside that you've done something wrong and that you can't tell anybody about it, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
It makes it so much scarier.
Yeah.
That's what makes it hard for kids to come forward and seek help, is because there's that shame and embarrassment factor, and they know that they're preying on that.
Exactly.
Yeah. And the other incident that I had wasn't even this. This was just, they had made it up. Was, you know, going to meet someone, and the person got in a car accident on the way here, and they wanted me to pay, and like seriously, was in the hospital, but the family contacted, you know, the family, and they wanted me to pay for the car damages. Yeah. It was like $3,000, and I was like, "It's not happening. This isn't even real." But it's sick. It's criminal. It's disgusting. I can't even think how someone ever came up with this, and it's everywhere, people. It's everywhere. Every chat that you can be on, it's everywhere.
You know, the comments that I received on my couple of TikTok videos, the amount of people that said it happened to them, it happened to someone that they knew, it was mind-blowing that nobody has really been talking about this or putting it out there, but yet it's happening to so many people.
I didn't know there was a name for it until I watched your TikTok. I didn't even know I had a name. Yeah. That was the first time I'd ever heard the word sextortion.
Yeah, I have never heard the word either, and that's it's good to put a name to it. It does happen to a tremendous amount of people. I can't say I haven't received those emails. I definitely know one for sure that I received that email and I was like, we're not opening this trash spam report, all that. But, and in my DMs, you know, people do slide up in my DMs all the time asking me to talk or trying to friend my Instagram profile and things like that. And I will not allow them access and wait for the picture to change.
Yeah.
Wait for their request picture to change. And that's how I kind of get an idea of who's a real person and who's not. But a 17-year-old kid's not going to know to do any of that. I don't think a 25-year-old kid's going to know to do any of that.
I didn't know to do that. Just now when you said that. I just don't answer them. I'm horrible with it.
Oh, I don't answer them either, but I wait to watch their picture change so I know for sure. They will rotate photos on their accounts. Yeah. I know a lot of people that this has happened to. I had never known there was a name for it. I mean, it's good to put a name to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we really didn't know that there was a name to it either until it happened to us. Yeah. Ironically, the FBI had put out a press release warning parents about it the day before it happened to Jordan.
Oh my gosh.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's how
I am very surprised that they actually caught the guys that did this, the individuals that did this, and
especially
had them extradited. There's so many people in Nigeria that do this, and not targeting Nigeria specifically, but there are a lot. They do the catfishing and things like that. They are like jobs for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. This has never happened before where they've extradited people.
Really?
For a case like this to the United States. So what law enforcement did was absolutely amazing. I am so very grateful for it. And that hopefully, you know, we can watch this go through the justice process.
Now when you when everything had started to unfold, I believe you said it was his girlfriend that had came to you and said, "Hey, I think we need to look into this." And there was messages of how that happened.
Yeah. So the same profile on Instagram that was speaking with Jordan sent his girlfriend a message. And she contacted me, and I said, we need to talk to law enforcement. So I contacted law enforcement and they took it from there and started looking into.
Wow. Wow.
And without them sending that one message to his girlfriend, we might not have ever known what happened to Jordan. And I'd be sitting here today asking why.
Right.
How you said you have other children?
Yes.
How are you preventing something like this from happening to them? What do parents do in these situations going forward to make sure that other young kids don't fall prey to this?
So my 2 other children are very young. They were 1 and 3 when this happened. In the future, what their access to technology is going to look like, it's going to be
A lot
pretty
different.
well watched. But who knows what things
Right
will
now,
be
they're
like
just
at
on the
that
Hello Kitty cell phones.
Yeah. What we've gone out and been doing is just talking about it to, uh, different media sources. We've been talking to kids. We've been so fortunate, to have access and people that want to hear his story and listen to it. Kids need to be, not even just kids, adults too. We need to be mindful of who we are talking to, what we are sharing with them. If it does happen to you, just block them. Block them, set your phone down. It will go away. Do not delete anything in case law enforcement, may need that. And if you did partake in this and you sent an image, it's just an image. Your parents are still going to love you and support you. Nobody's going to remember this. It's okay. It's going to be okay because your life is worth more than anything. And certainly a picture is just a small blip in your life.
Yeah. To a bunch of crazed lunatics, to say the least. And, run to them. I just run to them, kids and young adults, anyone, run for help immediately.
I think a big is tell somebody. Absolutely. Bring it to somebody's attention. Don't hold on to this. And hold it all to yourself. Make sure you tell somebody.
And as word gets out there, more and more people are learning about it and learning how to handle it. People want to help you. So if you find yourself in that situation, people want to help you. Law enforcement wants to help you.
Now you said you're going out, you're doing like some outreach, like speaking. Is that what you're doing? Some public speaking or?
I have been approached about doing some public speaking. I've gone to one event so far. I've done mostly some lives on TikTok and, things just like this, talking. We've had newspapers and other sources of media talk to us. So it's important to get it in every corner that we can. Because not everybody looks at the same media, right?
Right. Yeah, I mean, we stream on 3 different platforms, so.
And absolutely spread the word and realize that, we had Jocelyn Seeds on a while back for the 988. And this is definitely a situation in which if you feel like you can't tell somebody that you call 988.
Oh, there you go.
You call the mental health hotline and you let them know.
The nationwide hotline, 988. It's very simple.
Absolutely.
Because there's someone there. Nothing is it's too
someone there that's going to tell you nothing is as big as taking your life.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you have anything planned for the future? For this, I mean, we asked you about doing the outreach and stuff. What I can't imagine. It's hard for me to say because it's just like, your mother who has lost her son in a very tragic way, and we all know what that loss feels like when you lose someone. But I know there's nothing that is greater than a mother who loses her child. I've seen my grandmother lose a child, and aunts and stuff, and I know and I've heard that pain. What have you done, I guess is what I would say, to help yourself?
I have a really good community here. This happening to Jordan rocked our community. The amount of support that I've received has been absolutely incredible. And even, almost 2 years later, I still have all of that support, and I'm super
That's
lucky.
wonderful.
That's very
I've
good.
been, pretty busy keeping up with media. Obviously, I have 2 younger children. They keep me very well distracted as toddlers. I have a great fitness facility that has become like a family to me. And that's
Wonderful.
kind of where I go to take care of myself. And even talking about Jordan and sharing things like that, it's hard. It's hard, but it is healing too, because I get to share about this wonderful young man.
And that was I hate to do this, but that was going to be my next question. Actually, our production manager is looking for a good picture. If you don't mind, if we put one up of him, and just can you tell us about him? Make him here with us right now. What was he like?
Jordan, for a 17-year-old, he was this amazing young man. He was smart. He played basketball. He played football. He had friends all around him. He was a kind individual. He is remembered for, being that kid who just flashed you a smile and that might have made your whole day. Or the girl who shared that she dropped her books in front of him and he just stopped and picked them up and they went on with their day, and she'll never forget that.
Yeah.
He was an incredible big brother. He helped me out so much with my kids. And, he and I spent a lot of time traveling for sports. We would listen to music in the car, dancing, singing, shopping. He loved to shop. His favorite color was pink. He wanted short shorts. We talked about everything, like everything. And he and I grew up together. Like, we had this bond that I don't know that I'll ever be able to describe to anybody. This young man just was full of love and light. And even if he wasn't having a great day, he never showed that to anybody. He just walked in with his smile and was like, "What's up, man?" Yeah.
He was from what I've gathered from the story now and your TikToks and things, he didn't care about himself. He was selfless. It was for everyone else. If he's having that bad day, like you said, it was to make everybody else feel better.
Yep.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Wonderful. Did you get one up of him? She's putting it through right now. What would you like to leave the audience with? Some words of wisdom, some hope, help, whatever would you like to share with them?
If you haven't talked to your families about sextortion, even if you have, sit down and talk with them. Again, have a plan in place if it does happen to someone, that your children know that they can go to someone, a parent, a relative, a friend, a teacher, whoever they're comfortable with. Let them know that no matter what they do, there's nothing that you can't help them through. And, it's a continuous conversation about being safe online in general, because there will always be another scam.
Yes.
So keep the conversations going and tell your family you love them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know there's a great picture.
Aww.
That's his
that.
senior photo.
I love that.
Yeah.
Very handsome young man.
Very handsome young man.
Yeah. That's a great picture of the two of you.
Thank you.
So you can almost tell that you're talking to someone who's doing this. It's just the way that they speak. You once you've seen it one time, you'll remember it forever. Just the way that they, how they want to get to know you, and just the lingo, and you could tell that it's not someone down the street. If you know what I'm saying, it's very the English is very.
It's the danger of getting. I don't think was the English broken, because I don't feel like
it was broken.
It's not from some of the stories that I've heard.
Not broken, but it's the words they say.
See, and I've heard the opposite, that you just can't even tell.
Well, maybe some of them are, yeah.
It's just, you have to be wary of getting too close too fast to somebody that you don't know.
Right.
And Jen, maybe I'm wrong.
So in Nigeria, for example, they speak English. They have a couple of little, I guess, phrases that maybe we wouldn't use when we're talking. So you might not notice it.
Right.
Now, for me, like, I get messages on my social media all the time, like, hey, do you want to talk to me and I'll pay you this money? But I am hyper aware of these types of messages now. So I pick up when they don't use correct English. But if you're just reading it faster, you're a teenager and you're excited and you're like, oh, this person's talking to me.
Right.
You might not catch it.
And nobody should ever ask you for money. Nobody needs to be asking you for money. Go get a job. You don't
or giving
ask
you
somebody
money
for money. Nobody asking you for money for photos or for anything.
Yeah.
You get a job. Sorry, I have 5 of them. But and a stranger. You know what I mean? Now, my friend asked me for $5 or something. That's different. It's some random person you just met telling you, give me money, or I need money for this, or I need money for that. That is a red flag. Get out. Get out of there. Get out. Go away. Out of it. Yes. Because sometimes they will build a relationship with you over a period of time. It doesn't always happen so quickly. Right. Like in a 24-hour period, they will string it out and little bits of money, because even little bits of money are money. Is something,
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. There's so many different. They're just con artists. There's so many different forms of them out there on the internet and the web and stuff. Tons of them. My own aunt, God rest her soul, she had this man she was just in love with. He was an architect across seas, and it wasn't even real.
Yes, correct. Yeah, my mom has a friend that happened to. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, and he was doing this to several women at the same time, and there's so many different forms of it. It's not just about sending pictures and things. Like, they will build they love you, they fall in love with you so quick, and you're everything, and that's those are the red flags too with that. Like, and then you're sending money to them, and then the FBI knocks on your door and tells you, excuse me, you're part of a money laundering situation, and you better stop. Yeah. So there's so many.
It's very scary what's out there, and I mean,
it is. It really is.
I'm an advocate for online dating, but I'm not an advocate for talking to somebody that just shows up in your private messages.
Right.
And I think a lot of the apps that are out there now kind of try a little bit harder to prevent some of that. The dating apps and things like that do try a little harder to prevent some of that. Even on Plenty of Fish, which was an app it's actually the app I met my husband on, because I'm a hoe. But they've limited Jen Beautiful already knows. They limit it to now you can only send so many messages a day without having to pay for it. Before, you would get 200 messages in an hour if you logged on to that dating app. So they are cracking down, I think, a little bit harder on trying to prevent, spammers and bots and con artists and things like that from getting a hold of vulnerable people.
Cat pisses
and you don't just have to be a child to be vulnerable. You can be anybody. Just somebody who needs to be loved or wants to be loved is just as vulnerable as a child or an elder or any of those things on those sites. So you just have to be very careful.
And Cap has just commented that a family member of theirs, Plenty of Fish, they felt victim on there as well.
Yeah, I met my husband on there. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out.
Right. And Jen, we've had so many comments. I don't know if you've been able to see them coming through, but just people giving you love and support and, condolences. Becky, who's a partner with me, and she works our crisis line here. She's the one that goes out on the calls for crisis and stuff. And she just was wanting to thank you for raising awareness for this as well, because I know it takes a lot to do it, to relive that day all the time, but you are helping other people, and it is important. And we thank you for sharing with us today.
Thank you. Thank you for all of the supportive comments. No, I didn't read them all. But I appreciate all of that support, and I appreciate you having me here and listening and sharing Jordan's story, and it will help someone.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was when I think I screamed a little bit when you messaged me back that you would join us and tell a story. I was like, I immediately messaged the crew and I was like, oh, I've got the best story to start the new year out. We need it. We need to help people. We need to bring this to awareness. And you can rewatch this on YouTube or Facebook and see all the comments that everybody had to say and stuff. So with that,
you are forever going to be known to me as Jen Beautiful now. I don't even remember your real last name. It's just Jen Beautiful.
Buta. If you ever need
Jen Beautiful.
If you ever need something or whatever, don't hesitate to reach out to us, or you've got anything, you've got some ideas or things that you'd like us to share on this show that you maybe work on in the future or what have you, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Okay.
Yeah, and I'll keep you updated. Obviously, there's going to be an ongoing court case.
We love that.
So
we love that. Yes.
I'll keep you updated as things progress on that side.
Do you plan on being there?
Absolutely.
Stare them down.
I've been there. I've been there.
Yeah.
3 times.
Yeah.
So I will be there.
Good.
We want full extent as far as they can take it. That's what they're going to get. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Jen. Happy New Year. Have a good
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Take care.
Wow, what a story, huh?
Yeah, that I didn't know the term for this.
I didn't either. And I was a victim of it. I didn't even know there's a term.
And when you talk about sexploitation, is that the term?
Sextortion.
I thought we were talking to people. Sextortion. I thought. What's sexploitation? I thought we were talking to people who've been human trafficking.
That would be a really good
one. So I didn't know this was even a thing.
Yeah, because I don't really tell you.
I know it's a thing, but I didn't know there was a name for it.
I don't like to give you much information on what we're going to talk about because I want your full raw.
She just said catfishing. I would have understood that. Kind of.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's basically catfishing is how it started. Yeah. Probably. I mean, they're like,
correct.
And then like, oh, you know what? We could take this to another level. It's disgusting either way.
I have gotten those emails before, and they've scared the shit out of me. But I just
the first time I was
block and report.
You remember that Tennessee town?
Helicopters. I swear I heard. I guess we were. I don't know. I heard helicopters flying over my house and everything. I thought they were coming to get me, literally.
Oh.
But I didn't care. I finally was like, I don't really care. I mean, they had. Oh, you don't even like so much information. So we're gonna do a little drawing for this beautiful necklace.
Oh.
Team BFF. It's actually black and gold flecked in there. It's hard to see. I can't wait.
Could have worn that to drag in the new year.
I know. It would have been beautiful for your for your outfit that you had on. I can't wait to get my new computer whenever it may come, please, Lord Jesus, because I can't with this camera
Jeff
and everything.
Bezos is delivering your computer, not the Lord Jesus. Jeff Bezos, Amazon is bringing it, not Jesus himself. If Jesus himself shows up at your house with a computer, you're being catfished. I just letting you know.
He'll probably, it won't be Jesus, and then the camera will really have like connections, and they'll be watching me do stuff.
If it's a hot UPS guy, you're good. But if it's Jesus himself, you just turn him in right now.
I never see my UPS person. I never do. I see the mail lady every day. She walks every day.
Surprise! Mine doesn't come in for tea.
She's my mail lady, she tucks in her little earbuds all day and just does her little thing. I see the Amazon guy, I never see UPS. So let's do hashtag. What are we gonna do? Hashtag
Hashtag
POF.
what?
POF, plenty of fish, because that's where you make
Hashtag POF. Okay, hashtag POF.
Sure, why not? For this lovely necklace provided by Team BFF by Paparazzi.
Team BFF all over.
We're starting
my
the year off.
body.
We're starting the new year without an anal bead necklace.
Yay!
Oops, I just hit my microphone. So hashtag POF, all lowercase.
She's got the chills for some.
Oh, are we doing a beaver wheel or something? We got to do a beaver wheel, right? We got to do something, yeah. After this,
Gotta do the beaver wheel.
Yeah, I have like revamped the basement like even more. It's almost finished. Good Lord, or the studio will call it.
You would never know because you use I really need a green screen. I covered my copier up with a flannel.
They're not really that expensive because you wouldn't need a big one. I have one that goes almost the whole length of my downstairs. It's like 20 feet long, I think.
I need to do this from my dressing room instead of my office.
Hi, Lee Brown. Hi, Annie. All right, here we go. Thank you all for joining us tonight. It's not sharing.
Drawing for the necklace.
Drawing for this beautiful necklace. And then we're going to do a little Mola merch. Here we go. Who is it? Nobody knows. Cat piss. No. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Good job, Lee.
That's awesome. That was deceptive. That little.
It was. I thought it was going to be cat piss.
I did. Then I thought it was Chris, and then all of a sudden it's Lee.
And I was like, not Chris and Pam. Is Pam on? Well, Chris is still on, isn't he? Pam, I didn't see her talk much tonight. She must not. She must be. She's talked to us enough this week. You're welcome, Lee.
She's probably worn out from the New Year's Eve party, like I went. Like I am. I my nights and days are mixed up from it and everything. Lee's actually from there's Chris. Hi, Chris. From Mansfield. And let's do hashtag beaver because Marge just learned about my beaver, and it is the hashtag beaver
wheel.
Beaver.
Leave it to beaver.
Your beaver has a fever.
Yeah. Oh, I have such heartburn.
What's the animal term for not the beaver? Oh,
a muskrat.
Cock-a-doodle-doo. So if you have a beaver wheel, do I get a cock wheel?
Sure. Write a song about it.
You know I don't have that.
Hashtag beaver one more time.
Hashtag beaver. Annie Brown, you put at beaver. You need to hashtag your beaver, not at your beaver.
Oh yeah, Annie, you did at.
Otherwise, you won't fall into the thingy. The beaver catch.
You won't fall into the beaver.
Yay! Hashtag beaver.
All right, here we go. Spinny, winning, win. Who's gonna win some Mona merch? We need a song. Oh, Lee Brown again!
Double winner!
Wow, boy, Kat, you were like so close. That Lee Brown, she stole it from you twice.
You know, I can't make. I was going to go somewhere real dark with cat piss and my beaver, but I just opted not to. So it's okay.
She's screaming. Did you notice we are allowed to have video backgrounds? Do you see the snow falling behind you? Look how beautiful that is.
Oh, yeah. I just noticed it.
That's horrible. Get that over there. Away from that.
Why is it?
It's so far away from me now.
Beaver wheel.
I've got to get up a little bit. Okay.
Lift your beaver up, Mona.
We didn't
Lift it up.
We didn't test it.
Shift it to the right.
Ready? And what is it going to be? For the
Sometimes you got to pick that beaver up off the floor. It's purple.
It's purple.
Shift it to the left.
Purple. A Mona magnet.
Mona magnet.
They got it on.
Yay.
They
And
have that-
you
they
better
got a-
play the lottery tonight or bingo. Yeah. Get yourself some scratchies.
You better. Better. I need lighters, Chris. I need lighters. I think I have one left or two left. I gotta purchase lighters soon.
Captain says the SIG is my favorite accessory. It's not an accessory tonight, Cat Piss. It's just been a long ass day.
Oh, Mona. I haven't talked to her in a while. She's like giving up on me. Oh,
I love Cat Piss.
She's busy. She's busy. I'm busy. Now, how did that feel? That was a good show.
That was a good show. Good short show. I'm actually awake.
It wasn't really.
I could stay up and tape the next hour if you need me to. This is good.
We got to the points on things. We did it. It was fresh, clean. Now, what I'm going to ask of everyone out there is what we're going to do. So, what should we name this segment that we're going to do? I kind of was like after tea after dark. Those are they're boring.
Oh, is that what you were asking me?
Yeah, because lots of tea was actually my. Yeah, we can make a poll on the Facebook page, but if anyone has some good ones. I don't understand
the question.
Well, because when I went live that night and thanked everyone for the 10,000 followers, I was drinking a twisted tea and it became lots of tea. That's how, and I talked.
But what are you asking them to rename?
What do we want to name this other segment? I mean, it's gonna be lots of tea, but lots of tea. There has to be an episode name, so I want that episode name to be the same every time. Like,
oh, what are we naming the bullshit session?
Like RuPaul Drag Race, they have the
we're already in spin-off territory.
What's that called? Pit stop. The pit stop. They have like, yeah. So anybody have any Mona after hours?
After hours.
So more tea with Mona. Okay.
Untucked.
There's already an Untucked. Stop it. That's the other one for RuPaul's. That's with Michelle Visage, the person going home. They're untucking and they're going home, obviously.
I like lots of tea untucked.
So we're going to put them all together. We'll make a post and make a poll and people can vote. So if you have any more, throw them out there. And
what about untucked tea?
I like that one too. Dark Mona.
So much. I just want to
Dark
untuck
Mona,
somebody.
laugh and dance and let the candle on the moon. Yeah, it's Dark Mona. So that's how it's going to be. We're going to do it like this, and then you guys are all going to go bye-bye, and we're going to bring Anthony on and record and do a little astrology. But also with that, so what we
reading the tea leaves with Anthony.
Yeah. What is that? Reading the tea leaves. So what we also want you to do is at the end of a show like now, write down, give us questions that you would like us to answer, or you would like Anthony to answer on the show, and we'll answer them. Because you're not going to be able to comment live, and we'll be able to talk to you like you do now. So we'll be able to address questions, or if you want, like, hey, what's going to happen on whatever, I'm a Virgo, and can you tell me how this month is going to be for me? Whatever, I don't care. Or hey, can you tell us, Large Marge, what did you eat for breakfast? I don't know. I'm just giving examples, but you can ask us questions, and we'll answer them on that segment too. Sounds good?
Excellent.
And we may do a song or two too. Who knows? We're not doing a song tonight, but
not doing a song tonight? You're not doing a song?
Not doing a song.
Bring out your beaver.
I don't have anything. My voice is just now. Whoo. I would probably get banned for Beaver. We already did. We did.
Did we get banned because of me? Wait, we can get banned?
We don't get banned because of you. Imagine that.
Because I have a mouth?
But we get banned for my Beaver. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so very much. Remember the courage that Jen gave tonight to tell Jordan's story, and what a beautiful message of who he was that was tragically taken from this world because of a bully, because of
con artist,
so, and they don't care. They obviously don't care. and they deserve to get what's coming to them. So just remember her and her family in your thoughts and prayers. And she will update us. I know that. I will keep in contact with her. She's a wonderful human being. And we'll get updates on this trial because I want to know. I want to know what happens. And if she needs us, we're here for her. We thank you.
Absolutely.
We love you. We thank you all. Lots of love. Spread it. Good night.
Are you or someone that you know contemplating suicide, or perhaps planning to harm someone else? Or are you organizing a mass shooting? If so, please reach out for help at the nationwide hotline, the helpline at 988. That's right, you just have to dial 988 and a counselor will assist you in the help that you need. Call 988 now. Are you a victim of child abuse or know someone who is? Please notify someone at 1-800-for-a-child. Save a life. Make a change. Or are you or someone you love a victim of domestic violence? Call the people at the domestic abuse hotline at 800-799-SAFE. That's 800-799-7233.